Dear friends, now I'm clapping. Can you try to catch hold of this sound? No, right? Isn't it? In reality, we can't control the mind. Of course, the topic says that how to control mind, but in reality, we can't control mind. Before we go further, I like to express my gratitude to all the masters who is with me on this concept. First thing, you have to decide whether your mind should be a servant or your mind should be a boss. If your mind should be a servant, I'll tell you what are the consequences. Even if you're at work, if your mind, though you want to take revenge or you want to fight with your colleagues or boss or someone, but because of the situation, you can't do that because that is what the working culture. Otherwise, we will end up losing our job. So we try to express all these things after going back home. That means our loved ones, whatever we accumulated, all the tension, we are pushing through our loved ones. Do you think is it really needed? No, right? If we do like this, there are a couple of things happens. That means when we try to control all these things, first thing is, though it looks like emotional thing, but that will affect our body. Physical body eventually will get affect no matter what. And also if the mind is agitating, that means the surrounding will not be a pleasing one. So the mind shouldn't be a boss as well as mind shouldn't control. Okay, let's take into the other example. What happens if mind should be a servant? That means, boss, I'm there for you. Whatever you say, I will do. Otherwise, I won't give any disturbance to you, or I won't suggest until you command on me. Is it good? Yes, it should be good. That is the only thing can be a successful factor for any life. It could be a spiritual life or personal life or officially wherever you work. If you get that get that energy, that means if you get into a level or into a state where mind should become a servant for you. You can try anything. I'll tell you, I can challenge anyone. If someone tried to control their mind like the way I started this conversation, right? You can't catch hold of it. That means we can't control our mind. Rather, it will come back, it multifolded and multi-faces, and then it will hit back where we can't handle the situation. Because mind, we should be an observer for a mind. We shouldn't catch hold of something and try to hold and do, I want to do. But if you try to do like this, eventually that will hit back to us physically, mentally, emotionally. Do we really need that? No, right? So what one has to do? The permanent solution which I am talking about it. That is the one solution which will be the eternal solution which has been given by the ancient masters, especially from India. That is what we have to work on: body, mind, and emotion. So for the body, one has to work on through meditation and yoga. For the mind, one has to work on through meditation. For the introspection, that means for the emotional component, one has to do the introspection. If someone work on all these three, eventually they will make their mind as a servant, because once you raise the energy, mind will lose a control. Let me put it in simple in terms of scientifically, means any, so in our brain wave we can measure it through electroencephalograph. Do we know that, right? So through EEG one can measure the brain wave. There are three major brain waves, that is beta, alpha, theta, and delta. So beta is all about 13 to 40 hertz, and alpha is all about 8 to 13. So let's not talk about other spiritual component on it. So mind will react or get into revenge or get into agitation only in the beta frequency. Understand very clearly. Only in the beta frequency, mind will influence you. Once your mind goes subtler, that means getting into alpha frequency, mind will become a servant. So in the beta frequency, mind behaves like a boss. In the alpha frequency, mind behaves like a servant. That means it will become servant. So once we go in the path which I mentioned, if you do work on body, mind, and emotion, all these three will come into synchronization. That synchronization will automatically make your person getting into alpha frequency. That means whatever happens, they will take that as a situation. Whatever happens, they take that as a situation given to us, and they separate. There is a thought, there is an emotion, right? Any thought comes with emotion. So they are able to separate thought and emotion. Once someone does it, that means someone separate the thought and emotion, then they are win over the mind. That means mind will become servant. That is what a permanent solution. If someone establish it wherever in his life, after doing all this workout, body, mind, and emotion, definitely that will be a permanent solution for this. And you know, where after stabilizing in that zone, you yourself know, okay, now I know what exactly mind is, a boss or servant. We all want to live happy. We all live, make sure that everybody should be happy, whoever, our loved ones, our friends, our colleagues. But by after have you realized we all have that quality, we all want to do that, but why it is not happening? Because of this beta and alpha concept. So make sure that you work on all this, and you learn yoga, traditional yoga from any sources. You learn traditional meditation from any sources. I have no issue with that, but make sure that you learn from the conventional source, from the India, which is so authentic. Then practice all these things for a few months, at least 3 to 6 months. You will know what exactly I speak about it, what exactly I mean. Then the result will happen automatically. Thank you all.